In this video, I will be showing you my top 5 best and easiest offlane heroes in Dota 2 for beginners. Offlane is one of the toughest roles to play, and if you're new to Dota 2, you'll want to try to pick heroes that will give you a better chance of succeeding and not wanting to punch your computer screen. I've been destroyed in the offlane countless times, but I definitely know that with these heroes and a couple of tips here and there, you'll have a good kickstart to winning the offlane. Up first, we have
Bristleback!
A very strong laner. Bristleback is known for his tankiness and his ability to deal significant damage through multiple casts of his spells, which deal amplified damage the more stacks are built up on the enemy. His first ability, Viscous Nasal Goo, is as disgusting as it sounds. Once you've targeted an enemy with this ability, Bristleback will fling his fluoro snot at them, which reduces their armor and slows them. This can be stacked on the enemy multiple times, reducing their armor and movement speed further and allowing you to catch up and start smashing them with your mace. Your second ability, and the main reason that Bristleback can be so scary, is Quill Spray. This ability costs only 35 mana and deals only a small amount of damage on its own, but you will want to spam it every time you are in range of the enemy. This ability stacks and deals base damage plus stack damage every time it hits. At hero level 3 and ability level 2, casting this 3 times on your enemy will cause them to take 216 damage before reductions. Now this is very scary because should they be hit a 4th time, that one hit will do another 136 damage before reductions, and I'm sure that you can quickly see how this might build up. Not only this, but the third ability actually automatically casts this ability as well based on damage that you take. Bristleback, your third ability, and also where Bristleback gets his name, I suppose, because of the bristles on his back. Anyway, Bristleback, the ability. Oh man, that's confusing. Bristleback, the ability, causes Bristleback, the hero, to take less damage if he is hit on the sides or the rear. Not only this, after a damage threshold of 210, Bristleback will unleash a Quill Spray for free. So if you are running away and the enemy is hitting you while you run, spam your Quill Spray, and you'll be surprised how quickly the tides can turn after a few stacks of this on them.
Ha! You make a right pincushion!
And that brings us to his ultimate, Warpath, which causes Bristleback to work himself into a fury every time he casts a spell, increasing his movement speed and damage. Basically, the more spells you cast, the faster you move and the more damage you deal on each attack. One trick with Bristleback is to try and force any attacks that hit you to hit your sides or your back. This is much easier with ranged heroes as you can just turn around before the attack lands, but doing this is very effective. Make sure you give Bristleback a try. Now, if you like hide and seek or prefer invisible heroes, then you'll like Riki.
At your service.
Riki can be played as a support / gank style hero as well as a semi-carry, and is the only hero in the game with a skill that causes permanent invisibility without having to recast. You will be revealed by true sight, such as Sentry Wards or Zeus's Thunderbolt ability, and also attacking will reveal you for a few seconds, but other than that, you are the stealth assassin, ready to jump in and surprise your prey. Cloak and Dagger, the same ability that grants you invisibility, also grants you a backstab damage multiplier, meaning that every time you attack your enemy from behind, you deal bonus damage based on your agility. For this reason, you can be a formidable carry hero and deal insane damage by stacking agility items such as Diffusal Blade, Yasha and Butterfly. At low levels of gameplay, most players also won't purchase True Sight, giving you much more freedom to stomp around and kill them by surprise.
Silent, like smoke.
Your first ability, Smokescreen, blanks an area in smoke, causing all enemies in the area to be silenced, have reduced movement speed, and also cause a chance for them to miss attacks. This is deadly when surprising the enemy, and you'll want to cast this first to limit their chances of retaliation and escape. Your second ability, Blink Strike, can be used both as an initiation, a catch-up tool, or an escape, and allows you to blink a distance to a targeted unit, similar to Phantom Assassin. It will also deal bonus backstab damage on your next attack if you blink to an enemy. Lastly, your ultimate, Tricks of the Trade, hides yourself from the world and causes enemy units in the area to take backstab attack damage approximately twice a second for up to 5 seconds. It also applies any attack effects you have from items such as Diffusal Blade or Skull Basher, which is why I love to get Skull Basher on Riki for the chance to lock them down and deal huge damage.
Cloaked and daggered.
Riki is my best hero in terms of win percentage, and out of 22 games with him, I've only lost 3, so I highly recommend you try him out.
Sven stands ready.
The next hero in the list, Sven, is another tanky offlane hero who is as good at dishing out damage as he is at receiving it. Sven can take on multiple roles, but usually will fulfill the initiator role as well as semi-carry when he is played in the offlane. His first ability, Stormhammer, is cast on an enemy and stuns all enemies within a small radius once it lands. Usually you'll want to initiate with his spell, and it is very useful to get a blink dagger to close the distance quickly when you want to initiate.
Don't move.
Your second ability, Great Cleave, grants cleave damage on your attacks, which makes cleaning out waves of creeps and neutral camps a breeze. This ability also affects enemy heroes, and can cause extreme damage when the enemies are clumped up and stunned by your Stormhammer. Your third ability, and part of the reason Sven is great and tanky in the offlane, Warcry, grants you and allied heroes in the radius a move speed bonus as well as a health shield, which blocks a certain amount of incoming damage. This ability is great because it also scales throughout the game, granting higher amounts of damage blocked based on your strength attribute. God's Strength, your ultimate, is unleashed whenever you want to smack down on your enemy, as it boosts your attack damage significantly, allowing you to shred the opponents in just seconds. You can build a lot of different builds with Sven, but as this video is about the offlane, consider that your role is likely to be the initiator, so try to build initiation, tanky and team related items. Now I realise pretty much everyone on this list is tanky, well most of them anyway, but that's just because tanky heroes are good in the offlane. Well, here's another one. This time we have
Tidehunter.
Tidehunter is a great teamfight hero, especially because of his devastating ultimate Ravage, where Tide slams the ground, causing tentacles to erupt in all directions, damaging and stunning all enemies and a huge area of effect.
You look ravaged.
This ability is insane, just like the cooldown, so make sure that you use it in crucial teamfight moments to affect as many enemies as possible, so your team can quickly whittle the enemies down. Gush, your first ability, is a single target spell which deals damage, reduces armor and also slows the enemy for 4 seconds. Your second ability, Kraken Shell, is where your tankiness comes from, as it gives you a 100% chance to block a portion of incoming damage, as well as removing debuffs if you take a certain amount of damage. This makes you even harder to lock down and target and is great for survival in the offlane. Your third and final ability, and what makes you annoying for enemy melee units, Anchor Smash, deals a decent amount of damage to enemies as well as reducing the attack damage that they have. If you have a reasonably easy lane, you'll want to get a few extra levels in this and spam it out, as it will just help you to get the last hits and cause harass to the enemy if they get too close. And finally, we have Axe, one of the most famous heroes in Dota.
Taste my blade.
Axe can be a very annoying offlane hero, especially against melee heroes, as he can dish out very high damage to any heroes who get too close. Your first ability, Berserker's Call, taunts nearby enemies into attacking you for a few seconds. This ability isn't very useful until you have Counter Helix, which is a passive ability and grants the chance to perform a powerful counter attack whenever you are attacked.
Axe swings his blade.
This is great when combined with your first ability around a clump of enemy heroes and creeps, as it forces them all to attack you, granting multiple counter helixes and dealing high damage to everyone nearby. Your second ability, Battle Hunger, can be used to cause damage over time to enemy heroes and ends either at the end of the duration or when they kill a creep. This ability also grants you a move speed bonus for every affected unit, which can be useful when chasing enemies down or in teamfights. And finally, your ultimate ability, Culling Blade, drops the axe, pun intended, on your enemy, dealing a killing blow if they're below a certain health threshold.
Feel the axe of Axe!
Axe is also another one of those initiation heroes, so make sure you pick up some initiation items like Blink Dagger and tanky items like a Heart of Tarask or perhaps a Shiver's Guard, as these will help you survive longer in fights after you've got the initial jump on the enemies. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new here and want more videos like this one, subscribe and ring the bell so you get notifications every time I release a new video. Also, if you think that you've got friends or family or your grandmother or whoever that might enjoy this video and find it useful, make sure you share it with them as well, because I'd love for them to find out a bit more about Dota, and I hope this video helps them as well. Thanks to everyone who does this. All of this stuff helps support and grow my channel, and I really appreciate that, so thank you very much. Now I'd love to hear from the beginners out there who are trying out heroes in the offlane. Let me know if you've got any questions about the offlane, as this is not an easy lane and I'd love to help answer your questions and help you get better. Awesome everyone, thanks for watching, I'm Blake Unlively and God bless.